Welcome to the Market Wrap for the month of October. Lee Martin from Bellarine Property here, letting you know what's been unfolding over the last 4 weeks. Now, I'll start with investment lending. Westpac has been one of the big four banks to jump back in and help out investors whose loans were being heavily restricted as a finding of the Banking Royal Commission. However, Westpac have recently said they're going to relax their investment lending, meaning investors can now borrow up to 90% of their purchase of investment properties, which is great news for those areas offering high investment yields such as Ocean Grove, Clifton Springs, Drysdale and Leopold. As for what's been happening in the office during October, 25 sales, which is great news in that it is 20% higher than we had in September, but better than that, it is our busiest selling month in over 12 months, which is showing the strength of the market at the moment. And a lot of that is due to the clearance rates in Melbourne. 12 months ago, they were at 50%. Now they're sitting somewhere between 75 and 80 on most weekends. And a lot of those buyers selling in Melbourne obviously come down to the Bellarine trying to find their next property, which is fantastic. As for the buyers though, that does make things a little bit harder as the properties aren't sitting around for as long anymore, which means it is very competitive if you're trying to buy at the moment. On the topic of buyers, we've got some fantastic new listings coming up around the Bellarine at the moment. Starting in Yellow Gums in Ocean Grove, 52 to 54 Yellow Gum Drive in Ocean Grove is a fantastic lifestyle property, beautiful custom build. And if you look at the new land prices in there, the resale of established homes is actually offering exceptional value. Jumping across to Barwon Heads, 11 Margate Street in Barwon Heads, which is an exceptional builder's own home, very architectural, very different across the Barwon Heads landscape, but it will be incredibly popular and in fact has been very popular so far. And also here where I stand at 5 to 17 Oakton Road in Drysdale. Now this is one of the most beautiful properties I've seen on the northern part of the Bellarine Peninsula. It's 5 acres right in the heart of town. I'm standing here in a forest of pine trees and oak trees. There is a guest house and a beautiful mid-century modern home with bay views and the You Yangs as well. It'll have its first open home this weekend and we're looking forward to a strong turnout there. In terms of what has been selling, 112 to 150 Church Road, an 80-acre sheep stud. Spent a bit of time on the market with a few different agencies, but we've just wrapped that one up at 2.439 million, which is a fantastic result, the highest ever in Church Road and one of the highest sales in Bellarine as well. And looking at the Barwon Heads team, they've wrapped up 145 Bluestone School Road in Conowari, a really successful acreage campaign that actually resulted in multiple offers and it's sold above the asking price range, which is indicative of what the market is doing at the moment. As for what Ocean Grove team have been up to, the townhouses seem to be back on trend. They've wrapped up 5 off the plan this month, and that space in the last 12 months has been doing incredibly well, with about 30 to 35 townhouses being sold off the plan. So with the clearance rates in Melbourne back on track, days on market locally dropping down, it's obviously going to be a competitive springtime in terms of the buyers. As we head into summer, it's probably a great time to consider getting your home on the market to beat that rush from the early parts of 2020. As always, thanks for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you next month.